Just days after the U.S. Open, Rafa Nadal was dealt with another setback. While the tennis player battles on the court, his heavily pregnant wife was rushed to the hospital. Yep, looks like the tennis pro's attention will be a little bit diverted in the matches to come. In this video, we'll be looking at the scary ordeal Rafa's wife faces while her husband fights tooth and nail for the U.S. Open. Let's find out more. First off, when was Rafa's wife rushed to the hospital? We don't have any official statements on the situation yet. What we can tell you from the reports from Spain is that Gisca Perello, Rafa's wife, is in a private clinic in Palma, Spain. She's also 31 weeks pregnant, so it looks like she's nearing her delivery date. Although she's expected to deliver in October, doctors have placed her under observation as a precautionary measure. Diario de Mallorca reported from Spain that the 34-year-old could potentially undergo surgery within the next 24 hours. That is, of course, if the doctors recommend that course of action. But the pregnancy isn't as smooth as the couple was hoping. Gisca, Rafa's beau, is currently at a crucial stage of her pregnancy. In the worst-case scenario, the tennis pro's wife might be expecting a premature baby. If that isn't scary enough, her husband isn't around to comfort her during this tough time since he's busy competing in the U.S. Open. But from what we know, Gisca's parents have been by her side at the hospital. Even Nadal's sister Maribel traveled to support her sister-in-law in this dreadful ordeal. So how's the soon-to-be father dealing with this news? Well, the Spaniard's wife has always been his source of moral support during most of his matches. Now she's spoken earlier to the press about why she isn't seen on the sidelines during Rafa's play. This is owing to his hyper-focus during competitions, which can often lead the couple to fight. He needs his space when he's competing, said the 34-year-old. She's also admitted that the idea of hanging around and waiting on his needs all day tires her out. It would asphyxiate me, and then he would have to worry about me. But she's always been there to comfort him. She also manages the Rafael Nadal Foundation behind the scenes, and who can forget the couple's swoon-worthy moment in the French Open 2022. We're still not over the finale, when the Spaniard rushed over and hugged his wife after winning the 14th French Open title. So of course, fans were expecting to see more lovey-dovey moments of the couple in the U.S. Open, and up until the last minute, Gisca was planning on travel to New York from Spain to support her hubby in the big match. But with the unexpected intervention, she can no longer be there. And we can tell not having her around seems to be affecting the tennis player. We can imagine how tough it is for the Spaniard to keep his cool in matches while waiting for news from Mallorca. When the news of his wife's pregnancy first became public, fans worried it might have an effect on Nadal's performance in the tournament. There were also some rumors that he might pull out of the game if his wife's condition got worse. After 17 years of being married since 2019, the couple got ready for parenthood for the first time. The couple's always been very secretive about their private and romantic lives, which is no easy feat for one of the world's star tennis players. So when Perello was spotted wearing loose-fitting clothing during the Champions League final between Liverpool and Real Madrid, fans got excited. Then, last month, tennis fans were finally granted their first proper look at the baby bump when the couple was spotted enjoying their yacht holiday. Soon after came Nadal's big announcement that they were expecting their first child. He dropped the wonderful news on fans in a pre-tournament press conference, beaming, "If everything goes well, I'm going to be a father." Since then, fans have been given sneak peeks of the couple's early parenthood lives. And trust us when we say we are blown away at how adorable the soon-to-be parents looked. Just this July, Nadal and Perello attended a concert for Colombian singer Sebastian Yatra in the tennis star's hometown of Mallorca. Fans were beyond thrilled when the singer posted an Instagram story of a behind-the-scenes catch-up with Nadal and some of his family. In one of the photos, you could clearly see Perello's baby bump. Since it was the first photo to emerge on social media after the official announcement, the tennis world went into a baby frenzy mode. According to reports, the couple's expecting a baby boy. The baby was due to arrive in October, but with the recent turn of events, things could go horribly wrong for Perello's first pregnancy. But it looks like the 22-time Grand Slam champion is toughing it out on the court. Seeing him now, you wouldn't expect that this was his first time dealing with a scary pregnancy. But if you've been keeping up with his performance before the U.S. Open so far, you can tell he's rattled by the news. Now, we all know the Spaniard's as ambitious as ever, aiming for a 23rd major at the U.S. Open. He attended a pre-exhibition event for the Open and has been preparing for quite a while ahead of the game in New York. But sadly, his preparations were dealt a heavy blow earlier this month when he suffered a shock loss to Borna Coric at Cincinnati Masters. He was beaten in his first match since pulling out of the Wimbledon semifinal showdown against Nick Kyrgios due to an abdominal injury. But he showed no signs of slowing down. Yes, the tennis pro's hoping to win as many matches as possible after recovering from the injury. Nadal had told the press he needed to improve and practice. Not to forget, his injury had been pretty difficult to manage, so the last month and a half following up to the U.S. Open were hellish for the Spaniard. But with his pre-game defeats, he has placed all his bets on the 5th U.S. Open title. After all, the 22-time Grand Slam champion is not used to losing. He really needs this victory to jump back from his series of disappointing plays. Talking about playing in New York, he said, "I know it's a very special place for me, and I'm going to try my very best every single day to be ready for the U.S. Open. So what are the pro's chances at winning this time around? Well, he's taken home the trophy in 2010, 2013, 2017, and 2019, so we can safely place our bets that he just might win it all this time too. That is, if he doesn't get distracted by the pregnancy scares. And get this, if he wins again in 2022, he will become the first man ever to win 23 Grand Slam titles, extending his lead even further over Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer. Yep, we might just be looking at a record-breaking win right here. In other news, firstly, Serena Williams prepares to face Kovanic in the U.S. Open start. Following the draw for the tournament, Serena will now face Danka Kovanic of Montenegro in her first-round match at the U.S. Open on Monday. You can expect the stadiums to be packed to the brim as the tennis legend plays one of her last matches before retirement. All eyes will be on her as she bows out of her legendary tennis career. But for the 23-time Grand Slam winner, there's no pressure. The 40-year-old is just one title away from the all-time record of the 24 Slam crowns by Margaret Court, but Williams recently told the press that she never dreamt of having this many titles, so breaking a stupid record might be someone else's vision, not hers. Just playing in the U.S. Open is a dream for the legend. Winning's just a bonus. Moving on, Rybakina's not too happy about the Wimbledon ranking snub. Elena Rybakina felt cheated when Wimbledon was stripped of its ranking points this Friday due to the championship's ban on players from Russia and Belarus. The player achieved her lifelong dream last month when she won the first Grand Slam title in the Wimbledon final, but her big win didn't give her career the boost you'd expect from the Wimbledon crown. Normally, this victory would have pushed the 23-year-old to the top 10 and easily earned a place at the WTA finals, but now the Moscow-born will start her campaign at rank 25 next week after the ban on Russian players. You can imagine why she described her Wimbledon experience as not the greatest. The Kazakh player thinks the weak leadership of women's tennis is to blame. And lastly, Kerber withdrew from the U.S. Open after pregnancy news. The three-time Grand Slam champion's taking a break from tennis. The former women's world number one was looking forward to playing at Flushing Meadows, where she won her first title in 2016, becoming the world's number one. But on Wednesday, Kerber announced she's pregnant and has withdrawn from the U.S. Open. Fans might be heartbroken at the news, but the player happily joked that 2 against 1 just isn't a fair competition. Looks like it's the baby season, and the U.S. Open has to say goodbye to many of its star players. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Rafa will pull out of the game given the pregnancy news? Let us know in the comments below. Do give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell notification for similar videos. See you in the next one.